Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode where civilization started over. In the last episode, we saw many events and some betrayals happen, with Virginia able to convince Mexico and Louisiana to leave the war in exchange for the land that they took, so they can focus on Canada, which got fully invaded. And then after that, the Circle team over here left the war, abandoned Russia and Denmark, which caused the Triangle and the Diamond team to start doing a lot of work. This country, what happened? Your front line, Ukraine, is kind of like this. And when that happened, the Square team decided to get involved and declared war on the Diamond and Triangle team. And now we're gonna see the conclusion of World War IV. Now, these two countries are the only two Circle team members left. And they both decide, we'll leave the war, leave us alone. You see, Morocco never sent forces anywhere because they didn't really need to up until now. And when the Square team joined, they're like, alright, we give up, we don't want to be invaded. Same thing with Iberia. And the 3-Point Star Alliance is fine with this. But because Ukraine's actions, the green and blue teams are now at war. And yeah. And here's the thing. China is kind of like the only superpower left in this war. So they're able to take all of Poland's claims over Russia already. And now Poland is gonna be like, we could have ended this world war, and it's all your fault, Ukraine, so, oh boy. Yeah, this is a pretty violent invasion. It's not just military, the civilians are getting involved in this, they're, really pissed off. And Ukraine loses all this land super fast, causing Romania be able to push them out of their country. And China decides, yeah, we don't like what Ukraine did either. So they forcefully take Ukraine's claims of Russia away. And they kind of let Ukraine die. Ukraine's alliance is also really mad at them. So much so that they're kicked out of the Diamond Alliance. And at this point, Ukraine knows that it's over for them, so they surrender to Poland. And now, this area of the world's gonna be really fun, because, Turkey just recently invaded here, so they should have a pretty good idea of what this area is like to invade, and they do. They immediately make a lot of quick work of Egypt, so does Tunisia, and they are able to meet up here before they both turn west and turn east and start invading Iraq. And yeah, and it's just oh no, this is really, really, really bad for us, the Diamond team says, especially when Tunisia does this and takes all of Sudan already. And yeah, two nations on the Diamond team quickly lose. And they're like, it's all your fault, Ukraine. Like, we could have been at peace, but you just had to invade Romania. And now this front line is growing more and more with Tunisia sending their troops and meeting up with the border of Saudi Arabia, and Turkey doing much the same in Iraq, and they are able fully capitulate Iraq. And they, as I just said, capitulated. So, yeah, they exit the war, and Turkey gives Iran and Georgia the option to peace out, and they do. They also give it to Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. But down here, they don't really have that much leverage, because while they were invading up north, South Sudan was invading into the west and taking a lot of territory from Chad. Eventually, it gets to a point where Algeria's like, alright, well, we'll take the rest. And Chad's like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, you're gonna lose the war anyway. Not that color. You're gonna lose war anyway, so we might as well take rest of you. So, without even deciding it themselves, they are out of the war already. And now South Sudan is fighting Algeria, and they do pretty good at first, and then, oh dear. Oh goodness, Algeria is coming for us. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna kill everybody. And it gets tensified when Tunisia enters South Sudan. And yeah. South Sudan really shouldn't have tested their luck like that, because, yeah, they're getting invaded now. They lose all their, claims in Chad. Algeria actually takes over all of Chad, and then Tunisia starts going down there, and so does Algeria, which is a major oops, because yeah, South Sudan is really quick to fall to square team forces, and just because, oh, free land, Tanzania will get involved for no reason, invade into South Sudan as well. And it gets to a point where South Sudan just surrenders to all sides, and they're the next country to be out of this war. Now, when it gets to this point, the Triangle Alliance and the 3 Points Alliance the Square Alliance and Diamond Alliance are all exhausted by this war, and they all agree meet for peace. And that is the official conclusion of World War IV in this series. And now we can look at this peace tree that's going to take forever to draw. Alright, I'll just cut in and out with each region. So in the Middle East, Tunisia will not take everything. They will take all of this from Egypt, all of this, and all of this from Iraq. Turkey will take this, this. So now, yeah, they get a lot of land, and they don't want any more of the land, so Georgia expands down here, and Iran gets the rest of this. And Iraq will still exist, but they're basically going to be a very small nation now. And of course, because of this, they have to move their capital. No, capital, come back. They're gonna move. Oh, they're gonna move it from here to here. And that's what the Middle East now looks like. Now for here. Now for Africa. Tunisia will take all of this land. Algeria will take all of this land. Like, they just got really huge from this war. They even annexed the ally. And the, like, official from the ally is like, well, why? And they're like, you technically surrendered, sucks for you, it's our land now. And, of course, they get pissed about this. But they can't really do anything about it, because if they do, what's gonna happen? Algeria's like 20 times your size, you can't deal with them. Then Tanzania will get all of this land for their third party, and Ethiopia will get actually the rest of it. And I should change Ethiopia's color, thinking about this now, because look how similar they are to Algeria. So let's make them gold, like they are AS Pros, like so. So yeah, this is what Africa looks like now, with a very large Tunisia and Algeria. Now for Europe. Alright, so this is how the partition of Russia's looking. Actually not. Germany's not gonna get any Russia. Change my mind. I'm gonna do something different with the rest of Russia. So, sorry, Afghanistan, you're not getting any land in this war. Only countries that are getting Russian land are Finland, China, and Poland. Down here, Ukraine is allowed to exist, but only down here. Like, not there. Just no. Just right here. This is West Ukraine that exists. We do keep these islands still. Over here, though, over here, a new Cyan country is gonna be made. like, it's gonna be all this, like, occupation zone, so we can just do this. Not that, yeah, about that color. And for the rest of Russia, they are allowed to exist over here still, which they really should, like, be thankful they're even allowed to exist. Well, over here is gonna be a new country right here. Let me add the capitals. These areas will be named Russia, Volga, and Caucasia. Finland is absolutely huge now, and this doesn't really matter. This is Dutch territory, so I'm gonna do this. Market. Germany got pretty big from this. Yeah. Now for the biggest part of the peace tree. So this is what the partitioning is gonna look like. Vancouver is gonna get not all of that. Where's the line? Well, Vancouver's gonna get all of this. No, what? They're gonna get all of this. And, no, where? Sorry, 1 pixel. We get all of this. Oh wait, and they will get all of this. Greenland will get all of this and this. You'll also get this. Virginia is gonna get a lot of land. They're gonna get all of this. The remaining area up here is gonna be released as its own country. Oh. They're gonna be this green color. And actually, I don't like how much land I gave Vancouver and Greenland. So instead, the Greek country is gonna get all of this. And, Greenland is looking as shattered as ever. In fact, they actually don't get this, because the rest of this area is gonna remain as Canadian, but not all of it. Looked bad. Let me fix this up. I'm gonna do something like around here. I hate myself. This is what Canada's gonna look like now. Oh, they don't take over all of it. Where they touch right there. So Canada gets all of this. They do actually hold on to this section. Looking at it. So they do keep their, like, area around here. The rest of this shall go to Virginia, as they did a lot of work and haven't gotten that much land yet. We do get these islands. And Greenland will actually not get any more land. Rest of this can go back to Canada. So Canada will still exist, but only right there. So these two countries will be known as West and East Canada. This whole power ranking thing is now completely outdated. We will have to update at a later time, not this episode. Oh, come on. What am I doing? I'm hitting all sorts of wrong buttons again. That's what I'm doing. Siberia does actually get some land out of Alaska because Vancouver didn't really want it. And I mean, they kind of like beat Alaska because of Siberia. So they give Alaskan land to Siberia, and the rest of Alaska will still exist. Next to now, they're like number one op, which is Vancouver. I'm gonna change the color to this orange. And they are just to like ease tensions with Alaska, and because they kind of don't see a point in this giant province, they will give Alaska this giant province under the condition that it is never to be sold or given to Canada. And they agree to that. So Alaska does get all of this land back, because they originally had this before all the world wars. So Alaska's happy, Vancouver's happy, Virginia is happy, West and East Canada are unhappy. But yeah, that's what the Americas are looking like now. But Virginia is told they are to release the two rebellions that popped up during the war, and to ease tensions, Virginia will give Florida not all of that. We'll give Florida this. And move name. And they'll give Carolina this. Let me fill them in. Bam. Bam. No, incorrect. Everything's terrible. And there. And Virginia didn't really want to do this, but they agreed to it because they got a lot of land from Canada anyway. With this, yeah, that is Carolina. So is that how you spell it? Yes. Is that how you spell Florida? No, almost. And yeah. So these two countries now exist. They're kind of small. So yeah. So, is that everything? Yeah. So this is what the new world map looks like. I realize there's a lot of red in this map. I want to change colors around real quick. And 2 more events will happen now. The creation of a new organization and determination what they're gonna do about what happened with nuclear bombs. They're both gonna be correlated, but this is last time having nuclear on for a while, so that's what it's gonna look like. And what's this new organization? Real quick though, I forgot about part of the treaty. France will take all of this land from Andorra and whatchamacallit, Catalonia. Catalonia won't lose much of the core area. They actually do keep this island though. Actually, they keep all of these islands because they're able to convince France just to take this big one. So now that's what France looks like. What the hell? Oh, that. And one last thing. The Dutch and French decide to resurrect Italy now and give them all this land in exchange for them to join this new organization and for them to not be like super evil like they used to be, they claim. Let's do them as this blue, yeah. And why do they give Ellie back land? Actually, so they can look a little better while setting up this new international organization. And all their allies will join it. Why is the purple now? It's not supposed to be purple. Oh, why is the world all yellow now? But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, all their allies will join this new international organization. The losers are forced into it, so Russia, Ukraine, Volga, Caucasia, Iran, and that's all the countries forced to join it, but others decide join it to hopefully ease tensions around the world. So Morocco and Tunisia join it. Germany, Bulgaria, Turkey, and Georgia join it. Finland will join it. And China will join it. And what's this organization gonna be called? It will be called the United Nations, and you may have noticed the 3-point star alliance doesn't exist. And instead, we have a lot of countries leaving alliances. Same thing with Finland and China, even though it's China's alliance. And this is because to be in the UN, you have, if you want to be in a military alliance and be in the UN, has to be approved by UN. And many countries are seeing this as like a sign of hope. Hopefully that means aggression around the world will stop, and that hope makes Sahara, Guinea, South Africa, Zambia, Madagascar, the DRC, and Angola join the United Nations. And there's gonna be like three major powers of the United Nations. And it's gonna be one per continent. For Asia, it will be not that color. For Asia, it will be China, not that color. Let's do blue. Yeah, that color. It'll be China as the leader of the Asians. That sounded weird. For Europe, it is decided France will be. And for Africa, it's decided that Tunisia will be the leading member for the African area. And to end this off, we have more countries deciding to join the UN, and that's going to be the remainder of the neutral countries: Mexico, Louisiana, Florida, Carolina, Cuba, Panama, and Yucatan will all join. And it's decided for the Americas that the leading member will be Mexico. And yeah, this is what the UN looks like so far. And a lot of countries will start like working their way join the UN. And the first four United Nations laws will be nuclear weapons are allowed to exist. Alliances have to be approved by the UN. Every country has say, and leading members have to unanimously vote to veto something. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode and the peace tree and all of World War IV. And yeah, and this is what the alliance layer now looks like. Yeah, basically it's treating the UN as a alliance. This is the economic pacts. As you can see, they're still pretty strong. Alaska, but your alliance doesn't exist anymore. And I just realized I've barely updated China's. And, oh, I see one more. That's wrong. And yeah, the world is finally done with the World War, and it's gonna be an interesting era coming up. And the most powerful countries in the world now are Virginia and China. So that's gonna be the main two button heads next era. See you guys then.